Hi lovelies, and welcome to the Witch's Cookery. Valentine's Day is coming up, and with it the topic of love. So today we will hear all about love spells. We will talk about why love spells are considered such a flammable topic in the witchcraft community, learn all about casting self-love spells, perform a little cottage witch spell to further romantic connections, or spice up an existing relationship. You will find out what your love language is and how you can utilize it in your witchcraft to further love with your partner, family and friends and bring harmony into your home, or even use it for self-love magic. And last but not least, we shall witch up an extra sexy edible Valentine's love spell to kick things up a notch in a bedroom or any other room if you're more on the adventurous side. But to get you in the mood for those fertile spring Valentine's energies, I will now take you on a walk because it's the first time in 1,003 years that the sun is actually shining, the birds are singing, plus taking time for and with yourself, feeding your body and mind with the healing natural energies of just the sun and being outside is a great act of self-care, and it ties into self-love. Self-love is really where all successful love magic starts. The happier you are with yourself, the more love and positivity you radiate out, which in turn attracts more loving, kind, positive people into your life, because you will also then value yourself enough in order to set healthy boundaries and stick up for your needs in relationships. I know that you have to love yourself first, sounds like a horrible cliche, but for a reason. If you don't feel love and validation for yourself, then you will always require that from an outside source, meaning you're more likely to bend over backwards to please people, be liked by people, and that can remove you from your true, authentic self, which, as we have learned in my shadow work video, can result in a lot of grief, frustration and unhappiness. No one needs that. So while we enjoy the sunshine, you go and think of a self-care or self-love activity that you can do today. Vámonos! La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque. La belle époque. Pour me champagne, love me insane. Flowers and chocolate in a color that matches my bonnet. Oh no, it's not a test, only the best. Belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque. Oh belle époque. By the way, a little warning in case I don't catch them in time. You might find a plethora of comments recommending a great spellcaster, Dr. Obu Bongobu, or the powerful witch Dr. Oguwongu that fixed someone's loveless marriage, brought their ex back, banished their fungus nail. Just know all of these are fake, but these kind of video topics usually attract them and they fly to the comment sections like moths to the light. My advice, don't engage, delete, report or ignore. Save your money, sanity, and now let's go to the love spells that really work and are free. So if you're part of online witch groups or Facebook groups or Instagram or wherever, you might know that love spells in the witchcraft community are considered a bit of a hot topic. You'll find a lot of people advising against them, mainly with the argument that it takes away someone's free will. Now, I do want to share my personal beliefs on how love spells work with you. And let's quickly remember, a belief is neither true nor false. Everyone has their own truth. It's just in the nature of the thing. Everyone will think differently about that, but here's my input. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. As a skeptical witch that is also firmly rooted in science, I don't believe that anyone has the power to take away someone's free will with magic. To be very frank, I do think some people might do good with checking their ego once in a while and reflecting upon their own abilities. I'm not here to stamp on your ego as a witch. You do you, boo. Find your way that works for you and let no one take your self-esteem away when it comes to your magic. What I do think is that you can influence someone in a subtle way to stir their thoughts in a direction, mainly through how you interact with them. When the energies are already there, someone might be interested in you. I'm sure you can magically stir their thoughts in a certain direction, edge it along a little bit by making them feel a certain way, making them feel loved and welcome, so in turn they also feel that love towards you. And even if they don't have a love interest in you yet, you might be able to make them see you in a certain light by applying spells not on them but on yourself. Think of glamour magic, positive self-affirmations, self-love spells, all that good stuff that gives you that radiant, loving, I am here energy. So in my book, love spells are definitely not something bad. It's also not something that you only direct onto one person for romantic interest. You can use it for a variety of things, starting from self-love to giving love and harmony to your friends, your family, your home, co-workers. And today I want to show you some more ideas. But let's assume you're here because you want to awaken romantic feelings in someone, or you want to spice up your existing partnership. I've got a spell for that. And for this, I love to work with a little green witch knowledge and incorporate our senses, scent, touch and taste for an extra sensual experience. Making herbal infused oils is super easy, and you can use them for multiple purposes as natural perfumes, body and massage oils, kitchen witchery and much more. In the description box I wrote a couple of different recipes for different outcomes, so you can find a love spell that fits your specific purpose. Now in general, you have two ways on how to infuse oil. You need a base oil like olive, jojoba, almond, sunflower or anything else really that fits your purpose, and then some dried herb, flower, peel that you choose because of its medicinal or magical effects. The ratio usually is 1 part herbs covered with 5 parts oil in a glass jar. Method 1, put a lid on the glass and set it in sunlight for 4 weeks. Don't forget to shake it every day. This method is great for the colder months and if you also want to incorporate the happy solar energies. Method 2, preheat your oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, then turn it off and place the open jar in it for 3 hours. Perfect if you want quick and easy results. Afterwards, you just strain the oils through a clean mesh cloth and you can store your oils in a cool, dark place. Also, don't forget to throw your magical intentions in there. Now, how can you use these oils as love spells? If you're a little kitchen witch, consider using herbs or spices that are known aphrodisiacs and use the oil to prepare food for your person of interest. If you want them to notice you, dab a little oil with a suggestive scent behind your ears or on your wrists. Their brain will hopefully do the rest and notice you in a positive light. And now let's say you are not in physical proximity to the object of your desire, but that oil still works. Back in the days, people would perfume their letters to their sweethearts. Nowadays, writing letters is not really a thing anymore, and you can't really perfume a text, WhatsApp or email. But when crafting a message to your sweetheart, how about you wear some of that magic scent oil and let it guide your hand, enhance your self-esteem and make you communicate in a more direct and assertive fashion. You can also use this oil to spice up your existing relationship by giving it a naughty twist. Use it for a romantic massage on your partner or to get yourself in the mood for some sensual time. Depending what you put in there, you can also increase arousal down south. It can cause swelling, but don't worry, the BDSM community has been playing with this since decades. Please keep in mind that oil can break down condoms should things get out of hand. Enjoy. Now, when talking about love spells, you don't only want to think about love spells directed onto another person or self-love, but love spells can also be applied for other relationships with your friends, with your family. You can bring more love and harmony into your home, into your living situation. And personally, I always love to apply some psychology with my magic. So I do want to introduce you to the concept of love languages. You might have heard of them. A dude named Chapman came up with the entire thing and he wrote a book about it, and there are 5 love languages which we all use to a different percentage. So you likely have 1 or 2 main love languages, ways how you show love and like to receive love, and the rest percentually is just a bit less important to you. For those who don't know what love languages are, here's a short recap. Words of affirmation, meaning that you feel valued or loved if a partner, a family member or someone else uses kind words towards you. That can be I love you, well done, I'm proud of you, just expressing the appreciation for you verbally. And of course, if you communicate your love with words of affirmations, you will also do that a lot to other people. Physical touch. In order for you to feel loved, you like to hug, hold hands, have a pat on the shoulder, do the old chickadee chickadee. Physical intimacy of some sorts. Gifts. You like to receive love or show love through physical gifts, and how much you appreciate them doesn't lay in the value of the gift itself, but more the thoughtful gesture behind it, or the time, effort and personalization that went into that gift. Cards, spontaneous flowers, workshops that you really like, something that's on your wish list since ages. Acts of service. You feel much love and appreciation when people help you make your life easier by doing chores for you, bringing you soup when you're sick, walking the dog, doing the laundry, cleaning the gross moldy spot in the fridge that you say since weeks you will do and then never get around to do. Maybe you like to cook for other people, offer to run errands for them in order to show your love. And last but not least, quality time. You appreciate to spend uninterrupted time where someone gives you their full attention, is not on their phone, really spends every second with you, maybe with an activity you enjoy very much. Now, if you're not quite sure what your preferred love language actually is, I highly suggest taking a quiz. I just linked a random one down below. Plus, I also suggest you send that link onto your partner, your family, your kids, anyone that you're in some sort of relationship with, because it can truly help to further love, kindness and positivity in your relationships. If you share your insights about your love language with someone, they will know how to treat you in order to feel loved and valued, and you can do the same for them if you know their love language. And this is just how we create a more loving, calm atmosphere in our own life, in our own social circles. And as every time when it comes to love or interpersonal relationships, communication is key. It doesn't matter how empathetic you think you are, you can't look into someone's head. Assuming someone's true needs or feelings just based on their actions actually can result in a lot of mess, because we're all different, we all communicate different, and what you really cannot do is to project from your own actions or how you would behave or how you would think onto another person. That other person is their own person. They will react differently, they will think differently. Communicate! By the way, once you know your love language, you can also apply it for self-love and self-care. I made an entire PDF with magical and mundane ideas and uploaded it to my Patreon for all tiers to enjoy and get some inspiration. But now, what do you do if you know your or someone else's love language as a witch? Easy. You just weave your magic around those different activity or acts. As an example, my main love language is acts of service. I love to do things for other people. I mainly love to cook for other people, make their life easier, cozier. And then of course we have my partner, and his main love language is physical touch. Don't think I have to explain too much what that means. So as the little kitchen witch I am, I thought, how can we combine this in a Valentine's themed love spell? So we both are fulfilled, giving the love and receiving the love. And I thought, why not make a little special something that we can both enjoy while we sit close on the couch and cuddle. Maybe put a little thing in there that makes it a little bit more of an aphrodisiac, gets you in the mood for what is to come after. You could also take those little balls of delight to the bedroom, make it into a fancy sexy game. But I shall leave that up to your fantasy and imagination. Let me introduce you to my edible Valentine spell, Nutty Fig Bonbons, coated in extra dark chocolate and spiced with a dash of kitchen witch love magic. Now, as you can guess from the name, they do contain nuts, much like my second favorite Valentine's Day activity. So let's get shopping. In reality, you can take any nuts of choosing. Personally, I love a mixture of walnuts, macadamias and almonds. In my area, there is a custom around this time of year to eat the Philippien with your sweetheart, a half of a share nut. The person that is the first to greet the other on the next morning with the sentence, "Good morning, Philippien," will receive a gift from that person. In ancient Rome, people didn't throw rice, but actually showered a newlywed couple in almonds. This was considered a fertility charm, and if you ever wondered why sugared almonds are traditionally given at weddings, now you know where that custom stems from. In the medieval ages, they found their way into lust-enhancing food served at the courts, and according to beliefs back in the times, the almond was a powerful tool to rejuvenate and enhance sexual activity. After you mixed all chopped nuts in a bowl, I like to add a dash of cinnamon, and cinnamon is the only natural aphrodisiac actually recognized by modern medicine. It improves blood flow in your southern areas, which of course might lead to arousal and to much more intensive experience. Next ingredient, dried figs. Figs that only look suggestive and have therefore been considered a valuable ingredient in all kinds of love and sex spells since the antique, but also seem to boost female libido. If your fig has been left dry for too long, you might want to consider getting it moist for Valentine's Day and lube up. Just take some hot water and soak the figs for 5 minutes or so, then remove them from the water and lightly squeeze them out. Next kitchen witch love spell ingredient is honey. In many cultures this is used in folk witchcraft to sweeten someone's feelings or make them so infatuated with you they stick to you like sweet, sweet honey. A bit of vanilla to evoke those romantic feelings, and now we need to make this into a puree, and of course you can go old school and cut or mash it, but for a smoother consistency and in order to save some time I opted for the food processor. By the way, this nutty fig paste also tastes great as a side with strong smelly cheese. Oh man, now that I think of it, a cheese plate and some wine shared on the couch would also make a romantic Valentine's dinner activity, unless of course you are lactose intolerant. On we go, mixing the fig paste with our nutty mixture from before and making sure it is well blended. Now technically you can just shape these sticky pastings into little balls or bonbons. I wanted to be romantic, so I figured I would fill them in my silicone praline mold and have little nutty fig hearts. Just pop them into the freezer for a while so they harden and are easy to work with after. Next kitchen witch ingredient, super dark chocolate. I took one with 85% cacao to balance out the sweetness of the paste. First of all, chocolate gives you a huge serotonin boost, so happiness all around. Plus, cacao is also a known aphrodisiac. Ooh, having a little chocolat moment here. Man, that was a really good movie, wasn't it? Now we can get the fig hearts out of the freezer, and I just love how you can absolutely tell in my videos when exactly the child wakes up, because that is usually when things get messy. So do not do what I did here, because why? Place the bonbons either on the rack and then drizzle chocolate over them so they're nicely covered, or dunk each individual piece into the melted chocolate. Much nicer. Well, the intention is still in the bonbons, so I don't care if they look a bit wonky, because let me tell you, they still taste delicious. Oh yeah, I also sprinkled a bit of salt on them to give the flavor extra depth. I wish you a wonderful Valentine's Day. Don't forget to give yourself some love as well, and I am going to see you very soon. Goodbye!